Very good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank
Hello, Mr. Vasant.
Hello, sir. Good evening. How are
Hi,
you?
Good evening. Good evening. How are you guys?
I am all fine, sir.
Great. Great. Yes.
Mr. Basant, please, can you allow me to record?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are allowed, sir. How can I do that, sir?
When I get, please ask the host to give you permission to record. That's what it says.
Sir,
You can
sure,
make
sir.
me,
Yes, sir.
if you make me co-host.
Sir, let me do that, sir.
Yes, now I got the permission.
Great. And Mr. Vasant will go with in a structured manner. So every recording you are doing and Mr. Hans is also doing, or somebody from our side will do. We will also need to have the attendance sheet of all the participants, which you will maintain at your end in Excel sheet, okay, date-wise or module-wise, so that at the end we can evaluate it for certification and all, okay, or maybe something more, which we will discuss at a later stage when it gets mature, okay?
Yes, sir.
Please, I just found out that even if you made me able to record, I am not able to share my screen. Could you do that too?
So that is sharing the screen.
Yes, sir. You
Okay.
can share, sir. I will have to give the rights. I will do that, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Abhishek.
evening, sir.
Good evening, everybody who
good
are
evening.
there online.
The more to join, sir, today.
Okay. Yes, more to join. How is the structure you have done? Some people have been made responsible for coordinating with the students' respective grades or so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have our class teachers who had been talking to the students on an everyday basis. Yesterday, I had taken a meeting where the students were available. I have briefed them what the meeting would be all about,
Okay,
what would be the
great.
protocol that we need to follow, and other than that, what we expect in the tomorrow's meeting. So,
Yeah.
so that is what I have taken. That was done yesterday, and most of the students will be joining now, sir. In
Right. Great.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
So, sir, what is in store for us today? Will we be watching a video in the beginning?
Okay, I think I should discuss at this moment itself. First of thing, once the session starts, you will certainly invite us.
Right, sir.
Maybe the inaugural speech from your side. You give the inaugural speech, and from our side, since Mr. Hans is there, I would
Right,
request him to speak for a few minutes, and
Right, sir.
then thereafter, I will hand over the stage. From my side, I'll be coordinating, and I think from your
Right,
side, Mr. Basant is coordinating, or you are coordinating.
Yes, Mr. Basant is coordinating.
Great, that's great then. So, what we'll do is, once the stage is with me, I will hand over to a team which is called Rang Bhumi. Okay, and
Right,
they
sir.
will
Right.
give a 10 minutes of presentation activity
Right, sir.
where maybe the students will also participate online. And after 10 minutes, again, it will be handed over back to me, from me to Basant, to play the video link what I have shared with you. Okay. So once
Right,
that
sir.
video link is on 28 minutes, there are some question, we are pausing for some question answer. Okay.
Right, sir.
Just to stimulate the brains on that direction. And there is
Right,
two
sir.
options. One is the Rangbhumi team has prepared some presentation for that duration also. It may be around 15 minutes or so. So that goes on, and then again the recording from where we have paused starts continuing. So at the
Right,
end,
sir.
again we go for the open session, whatever is the question, answer, and all. As many we can answer, fine. Otherwise, the list is to be prepared,
Yes, sir.
which will be forwarded to us, and then we provide the answer for that. Okay.
Right, sir.
For the second one, I will share with you. After this session is over, I will discuss with Mr. Hans and all. So we will be sharing with you. The presentation is with me also. For the video, I'll have to share with him. And then we will let you know in advance. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Hans,
Thank
you have the video, no? The
Yes,
model two.
yes, I
Model
have
two.
them, but
Yeah.
I'm still not able to share my screen. I am in dialogue with Mr. Basant about it, but
Okay. No,
I'm
no,
still
no,
not
no.
able.
Don't
Sir,
worry.
I am extremely sorry, sir. I am making you the host now. I am making you the host.
No. Not at this stage. He is not required to be the host, because he is as a backup to you. If you are not able to play the video, or if there is any problem, then Mr. Hans takes over. Or if
Exactly.
he is also having any problem, I will take over. Okay. So this is the line of defense we have. Okay. So two backups are there. But again, whoever is to play, his screen sharing has to be provided. Okay. Hans, I was talking about the model 2 video. We have the model 2 video, so link has to be shared so that tomorrow we can use that link from school side. Okay.
Yes. Listen, have you made me host or what?
Not yet. Mr. Basant, if you can do that.
Okay. So, wow.
Yes. Now you are a host now, sir. Mr. Hans.
Very good. And I can share. Thank you so much. So that is then the emergency solution is in order.
But the normal solution is gone, no? He is no more host. So Vasant, are you co-host?
Sir, actually, I couldn't find the option of co-host, so I made Mr.
Him the
Hans the host.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So once he is over, then you maybe Hans, then you can play there from there. Okay.
Yeah, I will see. Wait a second. Yeah. Of course, I can play the videos. Yes.
Yeah, you can also make him co-host from your
Yeah.
side.
But how do I do that?
That our Inger Mate is there. Miss Inger, are you able to hear us?
Yes, I am.
Yes. No, guide Mr. Hans how to make co-host to Mr. Basan.
You choose on the image of yourself. You can have more options, and you choose make co-host back to Basant.
I have the options: mute my audio, stop video, Spotlight for everyone, rename, hide self-view.
Hans, you can also click on the participants below. Do you see the participants? 33 in number.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
see
Then invite.
Yes.
Yes,
Can you?
you can. Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then
Ingrid.
you, yeah, then you find Basant and you make him co-host or host back.
Hey. Yes, wait a second. Ah.
It
I
will
can
say,
make
yeah,
I
I
can-
claim host. Yeah.
I can make him host, but I cannot make him co-host.
Make him host and see what's happened.
Yeah, okay.
But hope you will keep your rights to present.
I've done that.
Okay,
And-
I put the seats to you.
Listen, I cannot present
No,
now.
Mr. Basant is host now.
Okay, then pass the ball back to Hans Basant. It's an exercise. Give Hans the rights again. Give it back to him. So now Hans is the teacher, and afterward Basant will be the teacher, and then we will have surprising teachers.
Okay.
I have again made Mr. Hans the host of the meeting, ma'am.
Yeah,
Oh,
we are seeing.
Yes, he is the host of the teachers. We are excited now. So welcome to World Climate School. Hans is from Norway, all up in the Arctic, all by the North Pole.
Miss Inger, the session has not yet started. We are 1 minute earlier. You have to
Okay.
repeat that after 1 minute.
Okay. I will.
Or when our host permits us. Okay, host is Mr. Basant. For the conductance of the session. Okay. Formally, he will hand over the things to me. Then I will invite Hans and then Ranguni back to me, and then again goes back to Basant to play. If there is any backup required, then Hans steps in. The recording is being done by Basant as well as, no, Hans, you are not recording.
I am recording now.
Okay, now you are recording. Yes, I'm seeing both of you are recording. Great.
Sir, it's 4 p.m. now. Should we start?
Yes, so that's up to you.
Yes, sir. So, good evening, everyone. I'm Abhishek. I'm representing the study body Udaipur, and I welcome everyone from World Climate School to this particular stage wherein we'll be sharing the information how to contribute into the development of a better climate. Right? We have already damaged our climate a lot. Now it's time to recover and rejuvenate the things. So I welcome Mr. Hans. Sir, I welcome you. Mr. Mahato, sir. Welcome, sir. And Ms. Inger, welcome, ma'am, to this particular stage to our school. This is the study at Udaipur. I request Mr. Mahato to take over, sir, please.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you very much for the introduction. Already, let me formally introduce myself first. I'm JP Mahato, located at Delhi NCR, and my responsibility to organize things in India, and I'm visiting World Climate School. As you rightly said, this is to make the world a better place to live in, give a better place for our coming generations, and do whatever best we can do. And Hans is the lead person in this effort. He is the founder of World Climate School, and Mr. Rob is there. There are other members as well. Inger is also a veteran from the founder members circle. So there are 5 board members in Norway, and I'm here in India. Okay, so I welcome the entire team from World Climate School side. And since Mr. Hans is there, I would request him to grace the occasion by his vision and what we are expected to do and what we are expected to achieve. Thank you, and over to Mr. Hans.
Thank you so much, Yogesh. And thank you everyone for being here. I am very excited because this is maybe one of the most uplifting moments in my life. The point here being that 7 years ago, I started the first very small version of what's now World Climate School. And it started as a local project here in northern Norway, where I live in the town of Narvik. And now it's a formal organization based in Molde, where Inge Mette is living. And also it's a worldwide endeavor. We have courses in many countries, just to mention a few: Turkey, Bangladesh, a few African states, Finland is coming soon, and so forth. And the point being that we need to transform this planet within this decade. When I say we, I mean the human race. So we need to transform it. The way we live, what we do, we need to make very deep transitions. And in this course, you will learn why and how and why it's important. So, and when I say when I say I'm very excited about this, then it's because this is the first time where we have so many people on board in a course, and we are especially happy that it's a full school with all of the personnel and all the students. So we see a huge potential in this. And once you've seen the introduction video, you will understand why and how. Thank you.
Thank you, Hans. I would request Ms. Inger, please introduce yourself.
Yes, hi. I can see 53 exciting people on the screen. I'm in Norway. I'm up north where we still have snow. And together with the team from Hans and Rob and also the Rangbumi and Yogesh, we are teachers from far away. So we are teachers on climate change and environmental challenges, and we're here to work together with you and to learn from you. So we're very happy to be here, and it's exciting. I can see that Minna was Swedish and she wrote to me in the chat a little bit Norwegian. That was nice.
I'm actually from Finland, but I studied in Sweden, and I also studied Norwegian. So we can pick up any language.
Please. Any language we can speak. So we will have to learn Indian as well. So we look forward for these exciting weeks coming and to be together with you on Fridays and Saturdays. So that's exciting. So I would say, is Rob there?
No, Rob
is off.
Then I give it back to Yogesh, maybe.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Tanger. I would request now Ms. Chetna to introduce herself and Rangbumi. Okay. Ms. Chetna,
Thank
please.
you. Yes, Yogesh. Thank you. Hello, everybody. We're all just looking into the screen. Can you say a big wave? Let's do like a big wave. Hello. Yes.
Hello.
If you can hear me, say a big wave. Do a big wave. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Very nice. So namaste. My name is Chetna and I'm from Rangbumi, and I have with me my friends from Rangbumi. Anurag. Without this come. Say hi. Nikhil and Roshan. Hello.
Hello, namaste.
Yes, so Basant ji, can you spotlight us? Maybe if we can go a little larger.
Just give me a second, ma'am. Just give me a second.
And
Yes,
think-
yes,
yes.
you are.
Okay,
Great.
can you see us bigger?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So I'm going to invite you all because we are going to do some warm up. We are from Rangbhumi, which is an applied theater organization. So I'm very thankful to Hans, Rob, Jogeshji, and my dear friend Inga Bhette that you gave us the space here to work with these amazing children. And thank you to the study school that we are here today, to all the management and the principal. So let's begin. So here you don't have to sit for long, okay? Are you all ready to do some movement? So okay,
Yes,
give
ma'am.
me thumbs up, give me reactions, give me thumbs up. Come on, let's not sit like yeah, yeah. So let's begin. Yes, wow, Yashvi is already trying to stand. Yes, let's stand. Yes, yes. So we are going to sing a song. Join with us, and let's see what happens after that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey!
चरखा चरखा देखो चरखा 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 देखो चरखा चरखा चरखे के खेल न्यारे नदी पहाड़ों झरने सारे नदी पहाड़ों झरने सारे चरखे के खेल न्यारे चरखे के खेल न्यारे नदी पहाड़ों झरने सारे नदी पहाड़ों झरने सारे प्रकृति के खेल सारे प्रकृति के खेल सारे आओ साथियों मिलके सवारे आओ साथियों मिलके सवारे चरखा चरखा देखो चरखा चरखा ओए चरखा चरखा देखो चरखा चरखा
Hey! Now I will
Oh,
invite you
good.
all. I'll invite you all to stand, stand, stand. You have to do this with us. Come on. A warm up from Roshan. Yes, begin. Yes.
Okay, so everyone, please get up from your seat. Yes.
Okay.
I request everyone to please keep your hands up.
okay.
Right. Otherwise, I will shoot you.
Yay.
Yes, please. Hands up. And now, shake your hands. Shake your hands. Quick.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes, yes, come on.
Yes.
Very good.
And now towards your left. Come on, quick. Left. Oh, no. Right. Oh, I am so sorry. Left. Right. Left. Right. And up. And jump. Everyone. Jump. And turn around. Yes. While jumping, turn around. Oh,
Huh?
reverse turn.
Huh?
Reverse turn.
Further.
Quick. Come on. And now come near the screen.
Stay there.
And let's say hello. Unmute yourself.
Det kommer nedanför.
Hello.
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 Oh, and go far away.
Hello.
Okay, we can all
Hello.
unmute.
Hello.
Yes, we can unmute and speak in our native language. How will you greet each other in your native language? 1, 2,
Hello.
3, go. Yes.
Hi.
Namaste.
Hello. Namaste.
Hi.
Wow, beautiful. And
May
more
I get a story till?
Hello.
yes, you can switch on your cameras. More people. Wonderful. So I'm going to now invite you all to please share on the chat. What did you have for lunch? Please type it on the chat. Okay, let's do like a chat avalanche. Like an avalanche of chat, food. Okay, yes. What did you eat? Come on, everybody type. Bread. More people. क्या खाया आपने? हिंदी में पूछ रही हूँ. क्या खाया आपने खाने में? What did you eat? Paneer, that is cheese, cauliflower, rice, dal bati. Wow, Lakshay. Curry chapati. I also had curry. Yay. Mehul dosa, aloo paratha. Yes. Shifa paneer, alia paneer. Sandwich, dal rice. So can somebody tell me one ingredient which is so common in the food that we ate? Like in the vegetable that when you cook, what's the main ingredient? What's one ingredient that's common? Chili, salt, spice, flour, ladyfinger, oil. Wonderful. More people. Rice, potato sabzi, oil, water. Yes. So what's haldi? Vegetable. Yes. Which is the vegetable? Hands, coffee and egg. Okay. Beans, salt, spice. What is that vegetable which is common in Indian household? Onion, garam masala, chili. Arey, come on, one that vegetable sab mein dalta hai. In sambar, in dal. What is it? Tomato, Bhuvneshwari. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to give you like 10 seconds. Go rush to your refrigerators or wherever you keep, get a tomato. Everybody gets a tomato. Quick, 10 seconds. Go! Yeah! Come on.
Oh, great.
Very good. Everybody has a tomato. Wonderful, wonderful. Good to see you.
Oh, wait, don't eat up. Please don't eat.
So, how many of you got the tomatoes? Do you know where your tomatoes come from? Anybody? Aniro, Danya? Yes, Keithat. Where did you buy it from? Vegetable market? From where? Come on, come on, come on. From the fields. Mohit says from the fields. That's very interesting. Yes, market. Yes. Okay, so let's do a tomato song. Yay! Let's warm up a bit. Yes, let's get ready. And more people on video. Come on, guys, if you can come on videos. Yes.
Come on and unmute yourself. We are going to sing this together.
And it's a Hindi song, okay? So we'll explain and translate. Yes.
Yes. So I request everyone to please unmute. Quick, 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 quick. In the count of 5, everyone, please unmute. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so you all can repeat after me. Aha tomato, oh tomato, aha tomato, bada mazedar.
Come on, everybody, go.
Come on, everyone.
Aha, tomato.
बड़े मजेदार.
Nice. So, yes, tomato and tomato is very good. Yes. Then,
एक दिन इसको चूहे ने खाया.
किसने खाया? एक दिन इसको.
एक दिन इसको चूहे ने खाया.
Very good. Yes.
बिल्ली को भी मार गिराया.
बिल्ली को भी मार गिराया.
Wonderful. Everybody get up and do it. Do some
Get up, get up.
movement. Yes.
It's not done. Yes, come on, get up.
Get up. Only then we can move ahead. Come on. Rakshita, Yashvi.
Yes.
Sumuk. Yes, superb. Now
Let's
good.
do it. Yes. Come on, let's have fun. And one more time.
So it says one day the ant, what the mouse had it, and it had the strength to take over the cat. Yes.
And then again. Aha tomato, oh tomato, aha tomato, bada mazedar.
Yes, very good. Go.
Yes, everyone.
बड़ा मजेदार.
Wait. एक दिन इसको चींटी ने खाया.
Ant. One day the ant had it. एक दिन इसको किसने खाया?
चींटी ने.
बोलो किसको मार गिराया?
हाथी को.
हाथी को भी मार गिराया.
Come on, हाथी को भी
मार गिराया.
And let's do this.
Yes, and one last time.
Aha tomato, oh tomato,
बड़े मजेदार.
Very good. Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody. You were great. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. We can be off spotlight. Over to you, Jogesh ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chetna ji. Thank you very much. मुझको भी बहुत मजा आया. Great. Good. Now we would be handing over the ring to Mr. Basant and would request him to play the link from your end.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I will be playing the link. Just give me a second, sir.
Sure.
Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just give me a second. Is audio is it audible to everyone?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Just give me a second.
No,
Just
sir.
give me a second.
No, sir.
Is it audible now?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Just give me a second,
No,
sir.
sir.
Just give me a second.
If you like, I can do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, you do, sir. I am making you the host for this, sir. I think
Yes.
there is some kind of problem from my end.
Yeah,
So you are, Hansa, you are the host now.
Okay, good. So just stop screen sharing, please. Yeah. And then
Sir, I cannot see the screen.
Money doesn't grow on trees. It grows with Amazon.
someone said that he or she could not see the screen.
So it is visible, it is audible also. There might be some kind of network issue on end of that student, sir. It
Sir,
is okay, perfect.
that is coming screen sharing and not coming screen over there.
Sir,
Sir, it is coming.
Should we try again?
It's visible.
Yes,
I
sir,
think-
it's visible.
Yes,
Whoever
sir.
is-
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Please
whoever
go
is-
ahead.
Thank you very much for joining this climate education program. My name is Hans-Jørgen Rasmussen and I am the founder of World Climate School. We have named this program Climate Change, the Fight of Our Lives, from Emergency to Solutions. I will now explain why. Climate change is a huge threat to human existence, larger than anything humanity has ever experienced before. We only have a very small window of about a decade to turn the situation around globally. Everywhere on the planet, we need to do all we can to mitigate and adapt to the changes. The consequence is that we need to completely overhaul the way we live, the way we eat, the way we drink, etc. That enormous change is only possible if it becomes an overwhelming movement of change in every family, every town, every state, every country. Please, everybody, mute your microphones. Mute your microphones, please. And all around the world. We in the World Climate School team are happy to launch this course as an initiative by World Climate School India. Together with our Indian partners, we have invested a significant amount of time, creativity and skills to create the content of this program. We believe it has the capacity to become a real game changer in the battle against climate change disaster in India. The structure of the program is a mix of 2-hour online seminars via Zoom and a set of ready-made video modules, this one being the first. The online seminars will be once a week, and these video modules will also be made accessible to all of you on a weekly basis. You will be expected to view them before the next Zoom seminar. In addition, you will be challenged with extra homework from time to time during the period of the course. Parallel to the course, you will also get access to a lot of inspiring teaching material and tools. Among those are the slideshows and videos we use in this course. They will then be part of your own teacher's toolbox. You can use them either unchanged or edited by you to fit your own personal preferences even better. So the rhythm of the course will be Zoom seminar, watching pre-recorded video lectures, homework, and then again Zoom seminar. The exact dates and schedules for the course will be announced during the first online seminar. In this module, we will first introduce you to World Climate School, and after that, we will give you an overview about climate change. What are the challenges? What are the solutions? And why are you important in this? The goal of this course is to equip you with the knowledge and the skills you need to understand this in depth and to be able to educate others. Now, get to know World Climate School and our model called Teach the Teachers. You will now get to know what World Climate School is and why you should get involved. My name is Hans-Jørgen Rasmussen. I'm the founder of World Climate School, and I'm also a retired psychologist with many years of teaching behind me. I started learning about climate change around 2010, and as soon as I understood the dramatic consequences of it, I started teaching others along with my own learning process. I also started designing my own websites about this. Images and videos can be much more motivating than words, so my websites are to a very high degree built to inspire through videos and visual communication in general. I will introduce you to these websites towards the end of this lecture. For a long time, World Climate School was my own personal one-man project. That is no longer the case. I'm happy to announce that World Climate School is now run by an international core team, and we are working closely with allies and partners in local chapters worldwide. But it is obvious that the countries most vulnerable are not the countries that contributed most to greenhouse gas emissions. On this map, darker color means higher emissions per capita. So it's clear that in order to fight climate change, the wealthy countries with high carbon footprint will have to get involved. And that is why we want to establish World Climate School chapters all over the planet, also in the wealthy countries. Being a climate warrior is basically a question of passion, about what turns you on and what you burn for. The passion is needed to keep you going over time. My passions used to be art, especially photography and classical music. But that changed dramatically. Now it's the next generations, here represented by two of the youngest members of my family, Thea and William. Some people think it's about saving the planet. Nope, I don't think so. The planet will take care of itself. But it's definitely a question of saving our civilization, saving the planet as a viable place for humanity. And for us humans, I'm convinced that it is our continued existence that's at stake here. And strangely enough, the majority of people on the planet don't know this. Most people think that the danger is far away in time and space and that we have lots of time to find solutions. But that's not the truth. We only have very few years to reverse the current trends. We have to act now. Therefore, we must help, and education is for me the best way to do that. We need a rapid global awareness raising, a global enlightenment, and that's where the climate school comes in. Most of this has already been said. I just want to emphasize that it might seem as if the world has forgotten climate change because of COVID-19. But we will soon find out that compared to climate change, Corona will seem like a minor incident. I'm sorry, but something's happening here. And there's coming some annotations across the screen. I need help to Basant.
Mr. Basant. Hello, Mr. Basant.
Yes, sir.
I mean, it appears that somebody is playing with the video.
Please, Yogesh, can you please phone him? And I'd like to.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and
Just have a look on the list. Somebody is playing with.
Hans, can you please give me the rights of host just for a second?
Okay, I found it. Now
yes,
it's gone.
Yes.
So
Liz,
Yes, Singer, please speak.
Hans with the screen.
Yes, I'm here. I listen.
Yeah. Who is Felix? Who is Felix Kjellberg? If you don't know Felix Kjellberg, he should not be in the class. Please take Felix Kjellberg out if he's not in the class.
Anybody knows him? I don't.
Maybe some child would have done it unintentionally. So I would request Mr. Hans to carry forward. And later, after the session is over, the school will brief the students how to handle the class. Okay?
Okay, we go on.
Yeah.
So. Wait.
Iyengar. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Mute yourself, Yogesh. Please. Can you hear me on the phone?
No, I'm not able to hear you on phone.
Then you can ask why choose World Climate School for education. My emphasis here is that we talk to both heads, hearts, and gut feelings. We show the reality of the threats of climate change, but we also focus on hope and positive climate action. We create passionate climate warriors. Just to show you the teacher's model, we say throwing a snowball, creating an avalanche. If one person can teach 20, then 20 can teach 400, 400 can teach 8,000, 8,000 can teach 160,000, and so on. So after only 8 steps, we have reached everybody on this planet. Of course, I know that this is a kind of pyramid game and it may not work so fast. But even if the growth rate is only 1 to 5, we will get there quite quickly. Our mission statement speaks for itself. Inspiring, energizing, enabling, creating teamwork to save our civilization, using education as a tool for mobilization. And we have some powerful tools in our websites, and I will go through them now one by one. The Climate Cinema is a collection of more than 400 videos related to climate challenges and possible solutions. ClimateChange.site is a solid science-based knowledge website, visually enhanced to increase motivation. And finally, World Climate School has its own community website. This is meant for communication, collaboration across borders, sharing insights and teaching material, mutual inspiration, and continued learning. We like to see it as our Facebook group for World Climate School members. Now, before the next. So, this was the introduction to World Climate School. I must add two things after this. First of all, a couple of days ago, we had a serious accident with the Climate Cinema, and we are working on so it's not accessible at the moment. We are working on it, and it will be reopened soon. And we are also working on a new and better version of the communication and communication website called worldclimateschool.org. So be a little patient with us, but it will all be fixed within a short time. So I will stop screen sharing now and leave it over to you, Yogesh. Yogesh, you are mute.
What is the timing on the screen you are seeing on your video? How many minutes?
We are, wait.
It should be 28 minutes of the video. When the question answer session there.
Okay. So I stopped it too early, you say?
Yeah,
okay.
you stopped early.
Sorry.
Please continue.
Oh, yeah, here it comes.
And keep it on pause at 28 minutes so that when the performance is over, you can restart from there itself.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Wait
Okay.
a second. I just need to get back to sharing. So
why is the Earth not a cold, dead rock floating in space? The reason is that it is enveloped by this tiny, tiny, thin layer of gases and chemicals that we call our atmosphere. So the sun's energy, rather than just coming down and bouncing right back off, it comes down and is held close to the surface of the Earth for a while and then bounces off. And that simple process is why we have evaporation and precipitation and photosynthesis and life on our planet. So scientists discovered well over 100 years ago that the atmosphere and the systems on the Earth are in this dynamic relationship, and you can change the chemical composition of the atmosphere and hold more of the sun's energy for longer. The energy still has to escape, of course, but in the meantime, it will cause changes in these biophysical systems of the Earth. And you often hear people say the Earth has always changed, the climate has always changed, and that's true, it has. This relationship between the atmosphere and the systems, they go through cycles, but these cycles have typically taken hundreds of thousands of years, millions of years. The key thing to know first is that for the last 10,000 years on Earth, the climate has been relatively stable, unusually stable. And by stable, I mean temperature has varied, it's gone up and down, but it's stayed in a fairly narrow band of about plus or minus 1 degree Celsius. And all of advanced human civilization has taken place during this 10,000 years. The development of agriculture, the written word, the wheel, the iPhone, everything we know, everything we have built, we have done in this period of relative climate stability. So what we've been doing for the last couple of hundred years is digging up carbon out of the Earth and throwing it up into the atmosphere and changing the chemical composition of the atmosphere, like has happened in the past, except for way, 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 way faster. In geological time, the blink of an eye, we are substantially changing the chemical composition of the atmosphere, and all of climate science has been about what's going to happen, what is the Earth going to do in response to this. And so we've already seen that the process is underway. We have measured, we have witnessed, observed with our eyes and our thermometers about a 0.8 degree Celsius rise in global average temperature since before the industrial age, since before we started digging all this carbon up. And this may not seem like a lot, less than 1 degree Celsius, but the thing to know about it is these greenhouse gases we throw up stay in the atmosphere for a very long time. There are very long time lags involved here. So this 0.8 degree temperature rise is a response to what we were doing 50 to 100 years ago. And what we see in the first half of this century will be a response to what we've done the last 50 years. And what we see in the latter half of this century will be a response to decisions we make today. So the question is, temperature is rising. How high does it have to rise before we need to worry, before we're in danger, before bad things start happening? The typical answer to this question has been 2 degrees Celsius. So obviously, what counts as not dangerous versus dangerous is not a hard scientific question. It's a political question, and this was a political decision to take this 2C number, mainly made by European climate negotiators well over 10 years ago. And it's just sort of stuck since then. All the countries involved in climate negotiations have basically signed on saying, yes, this is what we want to avoid, 2 degrees centigrade temperature rise. The bad news on this 2C number is twofold. First of all the latest science done in the last 10 to 15 years has pointed to the conclusion that those impacts we thought were going to happen around 2 degrees centigrade are in fact going to happen much earlier than that. The climate is more sensitive to this added greenhouse gases than we thought. So if those were the impacts we were worried about, then the real threshold of safety ought to be something like 1.5 degrees centigrade. James Hansen is the climate scientist most famously known for raising these warnings, but it's a growing scientific consensus that 2 degrees is in fact dangerously high, which is bad because we are almost certainly going to blow past 2 degrees Celsius. There's some reason to believe, a recent study said that even if we stopped our climate emissions tomorrow, we're still going to get more than 3 degrees this century just from momentum from the previous emissions. But stopping at 2 degrees now would take a level of global coordination and ambition that is nowhere in evidence. So a lot of climate scientists don't really want to tell you this because they don't want to depress you, but I'm just a blogger, so I'm happy to depress you. 2 degrees Celsius is probably off the table. So then the question becomes, well, what does it look like if temperature goes higher than that? What would, say, 4 degrees Celsius look like? Oddly, there hadn't really been a lot of concerted scientific attention to that question because climate scientists honestly thought we wouldn't do that to ourselves. But we are doing it to ourselves. So in 2009, several climate change research groups in England drew together a group of scientists, commissioned some papers, and had them really take a hard look for the first time. What would 4 degrees Celsius look like? There were a lot of papers, a lot of equations, a lot of talk and complexity. I have helpfully paraphrased it here for you to make it easier to grasp. 4 degrees Celsius temperature rise would look ugly. Among other things, that would be the hottest the Earth has been in 30 million years. Sea levels would rise at least 3 to 6 feet, and this excludes some really tail end possibilities, but 3 to 6 feet at least. And persistent drought would cover about 40% of the currently occupied land on Earth, which would wreak havoc on agriculture in East Asia, in Africa, South America, Western US. All this combined would produce hundreds of millions of people who had been driven from their homes, either by their cities being swamped by sea level rise or by hunger or by all the attendant ills that come along with those things. And to boot, probably somewhere around half of the known species on Earth would go extinct. According to a recent paper by the International Energy Agency, we are currently on track, if we keep doing what we're now doing, if we go on with business as usual, as it's called, we are now on track for 6 degrees Celsius temperature rise this century. Something, 5 to 7. These are obviously estimations. So if 4 degrees is hell on Earth, I'll let your imaginations fill in the blanks on 6 degrees. But one danger that comes up when we contemplate going this high with our temperature is the possibility that climate change will become irreversible. I think when people typically think about climate change, they think, oh, temperature is going to rise X amount, circumstances will change, some places will get warmer, some places will get wetter, we'll adjust, we'll move our farms around, people will migrate from one city to another, we'll get resettled, and we'll go on with life. The really dangerous possibility is that what are called, the Earth has several of what are called positive feedback systems. So for instance, in Siberia, there's this permanent ice, the permafrost, and it contains a bunch of methane in it. As it melts, it releases that methane. The methane causes more warming, which melts more ice, which releases more methane. It's a self-sustaining process. Or sea ice melts. Ice is white, it reflects energy. When it melts, it becomes dark blue and absorbs more energy, which heats the oceans, which melts more ice, which creates more dark surfaces. You see, there's a number of these systems that are self-perpetuating. And the danger, the great danger of climate change that towers above all these other more specific dangers is that these positive feedback systems will take on a momentum of their own that becomes unstoppable. And human beings will lose any ability to control it at all, even if we stop all our climate emissions on a dime. Will that happen at 2 degrees? Probably not, though there's a real chance of it, and there's a lot of debate about that. Will it happen at 4 degrees? Well, it looks a lot more likely at 4 degrees. Will it happen at 6 degrees? Almost certainly. So if we continue on our present course, climate change will probably take on a life of its own, spiral out of control, And according to a recent paper, by 2300, we could see temperature rise of up to 12 degrees centigrade. Now, if that happened, something like half the Earth's currently inhabited land would become too hot to survive on. And when I say too hot to survive on, I don't mean it's difficult to grow beans or air conditioning bills are inconveniently high. I mean, if you go outside, you die of hotness. I mean, places that were an average of 80 degrees Fahrenheit will now be an average of 170, 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Literally too hot for human beings to go outside and survive. So, will there still be human civilization under those circumstances? Who knows? I mean, maybe we'll live in underground climate-controlled caves, maybe we'll grow food in test tubes, but that wouldn't look anything like Earth as we now know it. It would look a lot more like Newt Gingrich's moon colony, assuming any human beings, or at least enough to make a civilization, survived in those circumstances. So this is what I mean by climate change being simple. There are many complicated and fascinating discussions to be had about what to do about it, or about what effect our actions might have on the climate and when, or which policies are best based on cost-benefit analysis. There's complexity, plenty of complexity for those of you who like complexity. But we now know to a fair degree of certainty that if we keep doing what we're now doing, we will face unthinkable catastrophe. That's the bumper sticker, that's the take-home message. And that, you know, saying, I don't want to talk about that because I don't know the ins and outs is like saying, I don't want to raise alarms about Hitler's army being 100 miles out because I don't know the thread count of their uniforms, or I don't know the average calorie intake of a German soldier. You don't need to know those things to be scared that the army's on the march and to raise alarms about it. Similarly, if we keep doing what we're now doing, we are screwed. This we know now. To stabilize temperature, and I don't mean stabilize temperature at 2 degrees or 4 degrees or 6 degrees, I mean to ever have a hope of ever again having a stable temperature of any kind, global climate change emissions need to peak, stop growing, peak, and start falling rapidly in the next 5 to 10 years. Every year we do not get started on this, we add, according to the International Energy Agency, an extra $500 billion with a B dollars to the price tag of what it's going to cost us to do this eventually. Every year we wait, that's $500 billion down the drain. Now, you and I look around at current politics, particularly US politics, and massive, coordinated, intelligent, ambitious action does not strike us as particularly plausible. In fact, it might strike us as impossible, but that is where we are, stuck between the impossible and the unthinkable. So your job, anyone who hears this, for the rest of your life, your job is to make the impossible possible.
I hope you liked the video Climate Change is Simple. You might want to pause this lecture here and just think about these questions for a couple of minutes and write down your answers so you don't forget them. When you're ready, continue the lecture. So maybe you take over from here, Yogesh. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you
Yes,
are
sir,
audible.
you're audible.
Am I audible as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is Rangbhumi ready? Nichetna?
Yes, Yogesh.
Okay, can you take over now?
Yes, sure. We can stop.
Okay, the stage is yours.
Okay.
I will just have to take away my screen sharing.
No, yes, you just put your screen down so that, or you can give your host to Basant and he will manage them.
Yes, that is fine, but oops, I don't find how to do it. Wait a second.
So it will be on top, I think.
Top right,
Oh,
it should be.
It
View
is,
options. You go to view options.
no, I lost my window with my Zoom window.
Now just move the cursor at the top. And
Oh yeah, right. So, uh, and then I take show video panel. Yes, and then I can. Oops.
Sir, I can do that from my end if you want me to.
Yes,
yeah,
please.
please do it. Please do it.
Please.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we are back. How are we all feeling? Everybody, we are back. Okay. Yes, Yashvi, big hi. Okay, so I'm going to invite some of us, more of us, to come on video. It'll be great. So let's do this small exercise. I'm going to invite you all to put your both the palms up and start to wriggle your fingers. Wriggle, 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 move. And let's have more people on the screen and move your hands in very funny ways. Wriggle, 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 head, wriggle. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, Prachita. Wonderful. Yes. Wonderful hands. Yes. Hands doing Basanji. Very nice. Good, 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 good. All right. Great, Yogeshi and everybody. Wonderful. Thank you. So let's do this. On a count of 3, we will switch off our videos. And when I say we will all switch on our videos, all of us, okay, all 53 maybe, why not? So let's switch off our videos. 1, 2, 3. I'll also switch off. On a count of 3, let's all come on the video after count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Everybody, and say a big hi. Yes, so many of us. Wow, now we can see you. Wonderful. Okay, so stay. Okay, don't go away. So I'm going to invite you all to get some piece of paper if you have, or a nice, anything to cover your face. I'm going to do some sociometry questions maybe. So if you can get a piece of paper or any art drawing that you've made recently, it'll be great to watch you. Yes. Anything, any pretty or anything. Yes, wonderful, Yashvi. You can get that too. Wonderful. Okay, so let's do something. I'm going to ask some exploratory questions. It's called sociometry because we all are logging in from different parts of the world, maybe city. The same city, we have different backgrounds, culture, food. So let's get to know each other a little more. So we can all do this right now. And if it holds true, whatever I say, you can move your book back. Wow. This principal sir has a beautiful painting. Okay, so let's get our diaries or pens or your papers up. Yes. So my first question for all of you is, how many of you have been in the school for past 5 years? Maybe only for the schoolers, for the study school. 5 years. How many of you been here for 5 years in the school? Okay. Okay, we can come back. Yes. Okay, my next one is how many of you love watching birds and their songs? Birds, the nature birds and their songs. Listen to their songs. Wonderful. Yes, Sumuk is raising his hand. Beautiful. So many of us. Okay. Let's come back. Yes. Yes, people are also raising hands. I like the interaction. Mishab, Vatsalya, I can see. Next one is how many of you are hungry right now? How many of you are hungry? Hungry, hungry. Most of us looks like. Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Okay. And next one. Next one. हम में से how many of you were born in Udaipur? कितने लोग उदयपुर में पैदा हुए? How many of you were born in that city where you are from? Yashvi says so many. Prachita, Vatsale, Parul, Mishab. Okay, we also have response coming in. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And how many of you, my last question, how many of you feel that you know some bit or little bit about climate change? How many of you know that climate change is real? Wow, all of us. And the last one, okay, the diary's back. How many of you think as children of the future, you have the capability and power to change this climate, what's happening around us? How many of you have the power, have the power, the magic? Oh, yes, so many of us have the magic to kind of change this. Superb, superb. Great, Deepti. Yes, Divyansh. Okay, you can keep the books away. Yes. Wonderful. Okay, so most of you said here that you were born in Udaipur. Yashvi, you raised your hand. So quickly, can you tell us in 10 to 15 seconds, what are the beautiful places to visit in your city? Come on, because we have a game for this.
Fateh
Fateh Lake.
Pichola.
Yes.
Pichola.
Pichola.
Sukhadia Circle.
Wow.
Sajjangarh.
Sajjangarh. So can we go to Sajjangarh right now? Let's go. Okay. Take me there. Take me. That's all hands and Jogesh ji and Inga Mete, and I have not seen it. Okay, so let's go. Take us to your city. Okay, so let's go. So on a count of 5, we will be there magically. So can you all give me 5 counts? So my team and I will be there. Everybody, can you give us 5 counts? Even with your fingers also you can give. Or you can speak. Let's begin.
1.
Yes.
1, 2,
3,
4,
5.
6.
Oh God, look at your city. I am such a girl. Who are these people? Can you see somebody here?
Yes.
Okay, but who are these? Are they found? Do you see them in Sajangarh?
No.
भैया कौन है आप लोग? कौन है? Who are these people? Do you want to know?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. They will only. Yes, they will only speak when you speak. Okay, that's the energy communication. Okay, so nature talks to us, we talk to nature back. Okay, so let's get to know them. Okay, so let's ask them. So 1, 2, 3. Who are you?
Who are you?
Oh, that's Fateh.
Who are you?
My God, that's a name. And who is this person? 1, 2, 3. Who are you?
I am a mango tree.
Mango tree at Fateh. Oh God. Okay, and who are you?
I am a mountain.
Mountain. Do you have mountains around you in your space?
Yes.
Yes.
And how do the mountains look? You don't know. I don't know.
Huge.
Huge. Okay. Okay. great.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Mountains look beautiful. And what about the mango tree?
Doesn't look beautiful.
They do. Does it bear fruit?
Tasty.
Okay. Let's ask. Yes, Bhuvneshwari, share. Okay, so let's ask them, how are they feeling? Okay, mango tree, tell us, how are you feeling?
Not very well right now.
Why?
People are cutting my brothers and sisters.
Oh, the mango tree is upset. Okay, and what about you, mountain? आप बहुत दुखी लग रहे हैं, क्या हुआ?
I am feeling tired.
Tired. The mountain is tired, maybe. Okay, it's been taken of all the resources. And what about you, Mr. Lake?
I'm feeling little jealous.
Why?
Yeah, because everyone is going towards Uday Sagar Lake, not coming to me.
Arey, what is this, man? Okay, release. Thank you. So we can clap for them. Okay. But my friends, now it is your turn. Okay. You saw some images. So I'm going to invite you all to take some position. Okay. Maybe if you have place to stand. So we are going to create, you are now going to create some images. Okay. You can move like this, like this. Okay. We saw some video here and there were some questions. Did you see some questions on the slide? Yeah. Daksh, did you see? Did you see? What are your thoughts after this? Anybody? Just one word. Maybe. Daksh? Sumo? Okay. So let's take some words from the video. Okay. So I'm going to invite you all to take some body images, your body posture like this or like this, whatever they did. So my first word, so we can all take an image, is the first word is a river. Okay. How does a river look like in your body? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, come on. Yes, wonderful, wonderful. So very good, very good. Yes, Bhuvneshwari, wonderful. So much river is flowing. Okay, very good. Yashvi, thanks. Okay, release. Second. Okay. Temperature becoming very hot. You saw in the video. Okay, from 8, and you saw in the temperature.
Let's see
graph.
the temperature increasing.
Temperature increasing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and freeze. Okay, so I'm going to invite some of you to unmute and share. How are you feeling? Bhuvneshwari, tell us, how's the temperature feeling? How's the thing around you, environment? How are you feeling?
Teacher, as it is summer, I'm kind of feeling hot right now. And yeah.
Okay, thank you. And Anirudh, yeah, with the temperature you're increasing, how are you feeling?
Very hot.
Okay, thank you. And everybody release. Okay, third theme is we are going to share how you are now suddenly an environmental scientist. How does an environmental scientist think or look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are an environmental scientist. Yes. Working day and night. Yes. Okay. Thinking. Yes, I can see. Yes. Okay. All right. So, Sumuk, you are an environmental scientist. What are you thinking? Share with us.
About temperature.
About temperature. Yeah. Do you think that this temperature we can survive after some years?
No.
Oh, yeah, I know the video also spoke about that. Yes, Danyas is a scientist with us. Please share. What are you feeling? Danya Singh Soni, yes.
I'm feeling that I'm so hot in temperature.
Saying that I am so hot. The environmental scientist is saying it's becoming so hot. Okay, thank you. All right, release. And the next theme is, now you have been given the task right now to create some changes in the atmosphere, the climate. You are the inventors. So think of some inventions and take the body posture. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And think, what can you do to get this temperature in place or the pollution in place? Yes. And become that. Yes. Okay. Yashvi. Yes. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You're on mute. Yeah.
So to take the temperature down, we have to stop pollution first.
Yes, to take the temperature down, you stopping the pollution first. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's have somebody. Parul, what about you?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, for taking the temperature and the current, so we have to do that all the nature is the nature.
Okay, nature. We have to take care of the nature. Thank you. And Mohit is also messaging me that if I can read, scientists nowadays are like pressure cookers. Wow, I like the metaphor. Scientists are like pressure cookers, shield against pollution. Yes, the second answer is shield against pollution. Thank you. And my last one is that how are you feeling right now after watching the video and knowing so much about the climate change and watching us? Trees, glaciers, and lakes, and so many people. How are you feeling in your body? Come on. Let's do on a count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, show us, show us, show us. Oh my God, Archit is already writing. Yes, okay. Dhanya, yes, share with us. What is this? Share more, share more. What is this?
Depressed.
You're feeling depressed looking at all of what's happening around us. Okay. Okay, Bhuvneshwari, yes.
Teacher scared.
You're scared, of course. It is. It is. Yes, thank you. And Mohit is also writing, I want to be more responsible towards nature. Mohit, wonderful. Mohit, can you come on mute, unmute, and share more? Parul is saying tensed. Mohit, can you unmute and share? Disturbing, Mohammed says. Wonderful, I
Yes,
like
ma'am.
it. Yes, please share. Why are you feeling this? Responsible towards nature.
Ma'am, because till now we were not that much responsible towards our nature. We were thinking that no, it would not get harmed in several years. But now, after watching today's video, I thought that no, it's not that way. It will be more harmful towards us in several years. So I want to be more responsible towards nature.
Wonderful. Let's give them a big round of applause. Wonderful. Beautiful. Yes. Wonderful. Thanks, Mohit. That was really, really, really beautiful. And Mohammed says, disturbing. And Paro's also writing to me, tensed. And Inga Mehta says, more responsible now. Yes. So thank you so much, everybody. Yes. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for so much for participating in this and sharing so generously about your beautiful statements about nature and how you do definitely care about it. So I also have a message. Quickly, I'll read. Yashvi says, we have to be more careful towards nature for nature. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Feeling awarded and ready to make, feeling aware and make others also aware. Yes. Yes. And Jogesh is writing wonderful and like participants. Yes, they're all ready. Yes. Children know. Yes, we all know. So over to Jogesh back. Thank you.
Thank you, Chetnaji and Rangbhumi team. This was really very interactive, and I observed that the students are also participative and they are responsive. They are really the words what they use within a quick section of say half an hour. Their thinking is really activated. So I'm very delighted with the kind of students they are, and the faculty who groom these children. They are also a matter of pride for this school and for the society, that they are really doing good job, great job they are doing. So anyway, without wasting much time, I would request Mr. Hans to start from where we had stopped and complete the session, please. Mr. Hans, over to you.
Yes, but please allow me to share screen again.
Yeah, Basantji, between you two.
I have done that, sir.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Basant is also very smart, very quick response. Good.
Thank you so much, sir.
Good, good, very good.
After listening to David Roberts, I believe it's obvious that we do have a global climate emergency. However, there are some good news. Our faith leaders are waking up, urging their followers to act on climate change, starting with Pope Francis' encyclica and other faith leaders were soon following. And everybody seems to know that we need to abandon fossil fuels. In order to fix this, we need a very deep transition. Almost everything needs to change. Our lifestyle, our consumption patterns, our eating habits, our economic systems, and much more. Deep down, we need to switch to a completely different set of values and behaviors. And those of us who sense that also sense that this will be very difficult. But the consequences of continuing business as usual are terrifying, and therefore we need to make these changes starting now. Our political leaders have been discussing climate change for a long time, but what has come out of it? Most of our political leaders seem to be short-sighted and narrow-minded, only caring about the immediate future for themselves and their voters. Not the long perspective and not the perspective of the planet as a whole. One can ask, do people know? I believe many do, but most people have not understood the urgency. Or they feel powerless, hoping or believing that someone else will solve this for them. Therefore, education is needed in order to create general awakening, putting pressure on elected leaders to make the right decisions. And we all need to be part of this, because Robert Swan is speaking truth here. The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. Hello again. Now, as you see, in the meantime, I have moved out to this very beautiful beach, and I'm not alone, and I took you here because here is someone I want you to meet.
Fun fact, planet Earth is 4.5 billion years old. Mankind, about 140,000 years old. Let me put that in perspective. If you condense the Earth's lifespan into 24 hours, that's one full day, then we have been here on this planet for, drum roll please, 3 seconds. 3 seconds. And look what we've done. We have modestly named ourselves Homo sapiens, meaning wise man. But is man really so wise? Smart, yes, and it's good to be smart, but not too smart for your own good. Yes, we have split the atom. Yes, we build clever machines that navigate the universe in search of new homes, but at the same time, those atoms we split created nuclear warfare. In our quest to explore the galaxy, rejects and neglects the home that we have here now, so no, that cannot be wisdom. Wisdom is different. While intelligence speaks, wisdom listens, and we willingly covered our ears to Mother Nature's screams and closed our eyes to all of her help-wanted signs. Wisdom knows that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, so if we were wise, we would not be shocked when we see storms that are stronger than ever before, or more drought, hurricanes, and wildfire than ever before, because there's more pollution than ever before, more carbon, more trees cut down than ever before. At a record pace, we have increased the extinction of animals by 1,000 times the normal rate. What a feat. In the next 10 to 100 years, every beloved animal character in every children's book is predicted to go extinct. Lions gone, rhinos gone, tiger, gorilla, elephant, polar bear gone in 3 seconds. Species that have been here longer than us will be gone because of us in this 3 seconds. In an existence shorter than a Vine video, we turn the circle of life into our own personal conveyor belt. Somebody, anybody help. We were given so much, the only planet in this solar system with life. I mean, we are 1 in a million. No, actually, scientifically, we are 1 in a billion, trillion. That's a 1 followed by 33 zeros. And I don't want to get too spiritual, but how are we not a miracle? We are perfectly positioned to the sun so we don't burn, but not too distant so we don't turn to ice. Goldilocks said it best. We are just right. This paradise where we are given medicine from trees, not coincidentally, but because like the song says, we are family. Literally, everything, every species is connected genetically from the sunflower to the sunfish. And this is what we must recognize before it's too late, because the real crisis is not global warming, environmental destruction, or animal agriculture. It is us. These problems are symptoms of us, byproducts of us. Our inner reflection, loss of connection has created this misdirection. We have forgotten that everything contributes to the perfection of Mother Nature. Corporations keep us unaware and disconnected, but they have underestimated our strength. Contrary to popular belief, millions are waking up out of their sleep, seeing our home being taken right up under our feet. We cannot allow our history to be written by the wicked, greedy, and loony. It is our duty to protect Mother Nature from those who refuse to see her beauty. Call me crazy, but I believe we should have the right to eat food that's safe, with ingredients we can pronounce. Drink water that is clean, marvel at trees, breathe air free of toxins. These are natural rights, not things that can be bargained for in Congress. See, they want you to feel powerless, but it has been said that something as small as the flutter of a butterfly's wing can cause a typhoon halfway around the world. But when enough people come together, we too will make waves and watch the world into a new era filled with love and connection, freedom for all without oppression. But it is up to you, yes, you watching this behind this screen, to make the effort, because time is of the essence, and only together can we make it to the 4th second.
Some people think climate change is something far away in time and space. Let's take a look at how it impacts us here and now. Meet climate scientist James Hansen, one of the world's leading climate scientists. A very short version of his biography is on the image here. After his retirement, he has often been seen like this, because he quit his job and became a full-time climate activist. He did not want his grandchildren to ask him, "Grandpa, you knew about all this, why did you not do anything?" I was lucky enough to meet him at COP21 in Paris and followed him through a couple of days. What he said has had a profound impact on my work. His main focus was on ice melting, Antarctica, Greenland, North Pole, glaciers all over the world. He issued a dire warning. If we do not get out of fossil fuels rapidly, we will have a multi-meter sea level rise, much higher than earlier models have predicted. And we need to include nuclear power in order to succeed in this rapid transition. So according to James Hansen, this scenario cannot be ruled out, with dire consequences for all coastal cities. We already see the consequences of sea level rise in low-lying island communities. Another consequence of climate change we see already now is drought. Here, from a couple of years ago, a severe drought hit California. It varies in strength from year to year, but never seems to disappear completely. And the aquifers are drying up. The Syrian conflict started as a consequence of severe drought. Lack of water causing 1.5 million people to migrate from the countryside into cities, exacerbating poverty and social unrest. Therefore, Syrian refugees are in reality climate refugees. But water scarcity is constituting a looming threat in large parts of the world. In 2019, Cape Town almost ran out of water. This image speaks for itself. People lining up for water, water being more and more restricted over time, with the options rapidly narrowing down. In some parts of the planet, food scarcity is already a reality. And with limited access to clean water needed both for drinking and for irrigation, then we may face an impossible choice: death by starvation or by dehydration. We have witnessed massive increases in wildfires in California, in Australia, in Siberia. We have also witnessed extreme weather events coming much more frequently and with more power all over the world. Our oceans are being acidified and at the same time filled up with trash. We have been witnessing a serious biodiversity crisis. Species are going extinct at a scary rate, and our lifestyle and climate change seem to be the main cause. So, I wonder, who will be the next to go? Will it be us? And what can we do to avoid it? Now I want to challenge you with an assignment. This is Fenway Park Stadium in Boston. And this is your assignment, step by step. Imagine a pipette releasing a magical drop into the stadium at 12 o'clock. The droplet has the property that it's doubling in size every minute. After about 6 minutes, it fills a thimble. Now, the first question to you is, when is the stadium full of water? The second is, when is the stadium 7% full? And the third question, imagine that also that you are sitting linked to a chair on the top row. When do you realize that there is danger ahead? Write down your answer to these 3 questions, and if you need time to think, pause the video. I'll just give you 2 minutes to write down your answers.
Hans, the film stopped.
Hvad siger du?
Filmen stoppet.
Yeah, and because people are going to write down their answers to these questions.
I would suggest Hans. It may take little time for the students. So let them note down the questions. We give the answer and let them work out at home and compare.
Yeah. Okay. So we give them maybe 5 minutes.
Any student, please note down your questions first. I think it will be too heavy hands for them to ask for the answer right now. So let them note down the answer. We continue the video. Let the answer also be displayed. Now they know the answer. They have to verify at their home. That will be their homework to verify whether the answer is correct or not.
Okay. So we go on now.
Yeah. Has everybody noted down the questions?
Yes, sir. Rolling now.
That's good. I think
Now
enough
I
time has
trust
been
you've written down your answers and are ready to face the facts. The answer to question 1, 1249. The answer to question 2, 1245. The answer to question 3, much too late. And when it comes to climate, we are at 1248. Note that if you were far from the correct answers, don't worry. Most people are. So, are we smart or stupid? Obviously, not smart enough to see dangers ahead soon enough. But does that mean that we are stupid? I prefer to see it differently. It's not that our brains are dysfunctional, we just don't know enough. So we need to get educated. Politicians always talk about growth, 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 growth. And exponential growth looks very innocent in the beginning, but after a while it becomes dangerous. A typical example is population growth. It's worth noticing that since 1950, global population has grown from around 3 billion to 7.8 billion, and therefore it's no wonder that feeding the world's population is becoming increasingly difficult. Then what is the most important thing you can do about climate change? Catherine Ho, one of the world's leading climate scientists, has a very simple message as a response to that question. She says the most important thing you can do to fight climate change
So is my voice
talk
clear?
about it. In order to be able to talk about it in a qualified way, we need knowledge. And as you learn more, start sharing your knowledge with others, and that means learning and teaching at the same time. Politicians do what they think their voters want. So as a voter, demand from the candidate you are voting for that they make the battle against climate change their top priority, and if not, change the way you vote. Margaret Klein Salomon is one of my primary sources of inspiration in the climate battle. Like me, she's a psychologist. I discovered her blog in 2014 connected with her, and she has been inspiring me ever since. Let me read her bio for you. Margaret Klein Salomon, PhD, calls herself the climate psychologist. She's trained in clinical psychology and worked as a therapist until 2014, when she left her practice to found the organization called the Climate Mobilization, an organization dedicated to initiating a transformation of the economy, of politics, and society to respond to the climate emergency. As part of her work, she encourages people to talk openly and honestly with their loved ones about the terror and existential dread about how drastically the world is likely to change in the coming years, and then to help them take action. The title of her latest book is Facing the Climate Emergency, How to Transform Yourself with Climate Truth, a self-help guide to living with the reality of climate change. It is highly recommended. Normally, I would not like to read the content of a slide, but I consider this the text of this one so important that I will make an exception. Margaret challenges all of us to become heroes, and she adds, "It's not going to be easy. It's going to be the opposite of easy. But acknowledging the truth of our climate and ecological emergency, grieving the past and the future that has been lost, and taking the heroic path of the climate warrior will make you confident and strong. It will give you a mission and purpose beyond anything you have ever experienced before. It will allow you to, at long last, heal your pain and feel genuinely good about yourself. It will connect you to your fellow humans. It will connect you to all life. It will give you real, meaningful hope because it's based on your real and incredible potential to affect change. Most importantly, it will help give humanity a better chance of canceling the apocalypse and protecting itself and the living world." We definitely need a rapid global mobilization for climate change. Franklin D. Roosevelt's mobilization of the American people during the Second World War was a fine example to be followed. After the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, he held a flaming speech to the American people. First of all, this had the consequence that the United States entered the war. In addition, the industry, especially the car industry, rapidly changed their production lines from peacetime to wartime production, meaning production of fighter planes, tanks, cannons, etc. Pearl Harbor was their wake-up call. We are in a similar situation. We need a global mobilization of the same magnitude. We already had our wake-up call. We need to follow it. So, we need to get off fossil fuels fast. As you see, the greenhouse gas emissions come from a variety of economic sectors, mainly electricity and heat production, agriculture, forestry and other land use, industry and transportation. And for some, it may be a surprise that agriculture and land use has a larger share of this than transportation. That is a challenge for our eating habits, as we soon shall see. Do you remember James Hansen talking about a rapid transition to clean energy in order to avoid runaway melting of ice sheets in Antarctica and Greenland. He also said that this goal cannot be reached via renewables alone. We have to include nuclear energy produced with the latest technologies based on thorium and molten salt. If we don't do that, we will have to reduce our energy use dramatically. Animal agriculture, especially production of beef, is guilty on 2 points. The environmental impact of meat versus vegetables is staggering. The exact figures may vary a little, but I believe this shows some clear trends. A serving size of meat compared to a serving size of vegetables is linked to 20 times more greenhouse gas emissions, and it also takes 100 times the amount of land as consuming vegetables. And then I have not even mentioned the huge differences when it comes to water use in the production process. Therefore, we should all eat much less meat and dairy products starting now. It may not be easy, but we have to. Many of our transport options are depending on using fossil fuels. Look for alternative transportation, walking, cycling, using trains or trams or other public transport. Where this isn't possible, carpool or share your journeys. Electric or hybrid vehicles are better choices for the environment than petrol-powered vehicles, especially if the electricity powering them is produced on in a non-CO2 emitting process. Smaller cars are better choices than SUVs, particularly when you drive alone. Yeah, and less car driving does have some health benefits. And if you feel bad because you're not able to reduce enough, you can offset your carbon footprint by paying for tree planting to organizations that handle this kind of transactions. And reducing our home energy use is something we all can get better at. The demand for eternal growth embedded in our capitalistic system has transformed many of us to mainly being consumers, with a seemingly endless need for the latest version of anything. The result is destructive use and discard behavior. And since most things are no longer produced to last, the system supports this behavior. But we are over-exploiting the planet, so this needs to stop. We need a totally new and radically different value system, not focused on having, owning, but on alternatives like sharing and caring. And the old values of reducing, reusing, recycling, and repairing coming to life again. Summarizing what you can do as an individual, these words will be in focus. Learning and teaching, reducing, reusing, recycling, repairing, home energy efficiency, climate-friendly transport, less meat and more veggies, and plant trees to compensate for your emissions. As a member of your community, you should share knowledge, you should start sharing things, you should start carpooling, you should grow food locally, and you should support local farms and markets. You can ask why you should do this. Well, first of all, it will prepare you for a future with less access to cheap energy. It will build a sense of community and belonging. And it will develop more local self-sufficiency and resilience. As a citizen of a democratic country and member of the global community, you should do whatever possible to influence policy makers to do what's right. You should demand that the party and the politicians you vote for put fighting climate change on top of the agenda. And you should join climate active groups and organizations and contribute with your skills. You may ask, what's in it for me? The list of benefits is long. Being connected in these ways brings you joy, fun, inspiration, a feeling of belonging, and a deep feeling of meaningfulness. And good reasons to get up in the morning and follow your passion together with like-minded people from all over the world. Believe me, I know that's how it is for me and all my fellow climate warriors. Now we have reached the end of Module 1, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And I also hope you become inspired to learn and do more. Before next module, we want you to follow the instructions in the description below the video. Most often these instructions will contain mandatory homework, links to interesting videos, links to important websites, recommendations from our team, and much more. And just so that it's clear, your home assignment this week will be to get to know our two main websites, the Climate Cinema and the climatechange.site. You see them here on the screen, but they will also be in the description below the video. So now thank you for your attention and patience today. I wish you all the best. Looking forward to seeing you all in the next module. Okay, you can remove my screen share, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will do that.
Just one final comment to the video. As I said in the beginning, we have some problems with the Climate Cinema right now. So don't look for that. Just concentrate on climatechange.site. Over to you, Yogesh.
Well, thank you, Mr. Hans. It was quite wonderful. The direct feedback I would expect that let the participants, those who feel they liked it, and such kind of sessions should be there. They can switch on their video and just raise your hands, shake your hands in confirmation whether you are liking this kind of presentation, you want this to continue. Thank you. Yasvi says yes. Samuk says yes. And Mr. Abhishek says yes. Archit, many of you. Yes. If you say yes, then this kind of things will go on. And how about the theater group performance? There was some fun thing with the session in the starting and also in the mid. You liked it all? That should also be there. Yeah, great. So
Yes.
good. So this is, I mean, knowledge sharing and also having fun. Okay. I think we are going to be close to 2 hours, and I don't know how many of you felt bored, how many you enjoyed, and how many of you really learned things, the seriousness of climate change, how serious it is. The first video itself of 7 minutes TED Talk had given a very clear message, very clear message that yes, the matter is very serious and we need to do something. And I observe here the students are from class 7 or so, and they are so intelligent. They have picked up things and they are responding that we are polluting water, we should do this, we should do that. Yeah, that's what we want. Our children, those who are the future, should be aware of where we are. We are trying to do our best, but unless the young generation comes up, things are very challenging, and it cannot be done by one person, a group of person, but every individual has to contribute in this. Every individual. If we are having 4 members in my family, all the member of the family had to do their bit. Okay, somebody is switching off the lights, somebody is taking care there is no plastic inside the house, extra plastic, there is no water pollution, there is no food wastage, there is no unnecessary buying of clothes, shoes. Yes, we love having new shoes, new clothes, but how many you need really? We need to be mature, we need to change our lifestyle and understand what exactly we need to go ahead. Now, after this session, I would recommend that many of you would be having a lot many questions, queries. You can raise your questions by voice or by writing on the chat box as you want. If any questions, we are open for say 10 minutes, and then I would hand over it to Mr. Abhishek for the warning session. Yes, anybody can raise any question. Oh, many questions have come. Good. Yes, go on raising your questions. Very from 9. Very good. So you write your questions. Don't hesitate, because you are asking very intelligent questions. When I was in your standard, I never had been raising this kind of questions. I was not aware of. Whether you are very good, you have raised very good points and you are quick to respond. So I like the students and the youth who are quick, they are analytical, they have thought process. Yes, Parul also had initiated a lot of things. Daksh was hungry, I think, at the time. When ma'am asked how many of you are feeling hungry. Yes. So go on if you there, and I will also recommend that those who are the faculty member, they may collect the questions from them, or they can help them in forming the questions, the right questions, and try to resolve at your end. And those questions which you are not sure of or you are not able to answer, send it to us. Okay. And we'll certainly try to respond on it.
I think one question from Inger ma'am is there. I would like to notify that I will on my personal end try to make some notes on the lakes which are there in Udaipur, and definitely I will update you in the coming sessions, ma'am, for that.
Great.
Yes.
After looking into the questions and your response, and I was also working behind my behind the scene on the way, what can be thought of. But a good topic has come up, and I am finding it a potential project work at a later stage. Okay, the school makes a community, makes a group, and they can take up something for reviving the cleanliness of the school. That may be. It's too early for me to comment upon, but those who are local, those who further go through the models and make themselves aware, they would find this is a good point for taking as a project. Some small group can be formed, they can take this as a project. There may be many projects coming up. So anything else to speak? Any of the participants would like to say anything? Oh, yeah.
Yes, let we ask Chetna about how she was feeling making this artistic thing of Rangbhumi. That's something it's beautiful to know.
Yes, sure. I think I must congratulate all of you, all the children, and it was so amazing the way that you're writing. It's so beautiful. We were all wondering last evening, yesterday, Jogeshri, Inger Mete, and all of us at the design of the program, our artistic interventions, what all. But I think it's beautiful to see that the comments that you're bringing in about your own locality, the where you are, your lakes, the questions that you're raising is brilliant. It is giving us a lot of hope. It's beautiful. And I love the way you were participating and playing with us in the theater exercise, which is amazing. Well, because the arts is just not performance or theater for us or me or anybody. I think it is more about conversations beyond arts and theater, what you're doing right now. After these are questions that we must ask, and the conversation that will happen after this, I'm excited about that. Yes, so please keep it going. It was beautiful to be with you all. We'll see more of each other soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Chetnaji. Inger invited you earlier. I wanted you to be coming at the end so that the conclusion will have a different. Anyway, fine. I mean, your team's effort is also really appreciable, very appreciable. You have put the spices in the session. I would like now to request Mr. Abhishek to speak something about the session, and the suggestions are also welcome, how to improve upon and how do we go ahead in future. If this format is okay, we continue. If there is any change needed, we will be also doing the required changes. Mr. Abhishek, over to you.
Sir, just give me a
Is
second.
Mr.
Let me
Abhishek
confirm.
available? Yeah, give me a call.
Yes, sir. I think there might be some network issues. I am just giving call to.
Yeah,
sir.
he was here. No issues. You contact him. Any of the faculty member. The first meeting what we had, all of you were very proactive. I would expect that some of you may also share your opinion.
Sorry, sir, I'm back. Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
back. I'm back.
Yeah, it's okay. Fine. I was in your absence. I was requesting your faculty member to share their opinion and views. The first meeting I had was very.
Actually, I'm really honored to have such a beautiful teachers with all of us. Actually, the way the things have been taken up, and I feel that all the students are now rejuvenated with the knowledge that they have got, and they know what they actually need to do. They just need a bit of guidance, and we are always there with them. But this is a kind of initiative or platform I always feel that we need it, and rightfully very thanks to Hans sir, Mathur sir, and Inger ma'am, everyone, Rangbhumi, to take this up and brought this to us. So thank you from all of us, from all the study family, to all of you.
Thank you, Abhishek. And I think we are on time. We are closing on time. Anybody else who would like to share any views?
Yes.
We are meeting again tomorrow for the second module. I will share the link to Mr. Basant and you also, Mr. Abhishek.
Yes, sir.
So, okay.
Can I say a couple of words?
Yes, you should.
Yes,
first of all, a warm thank you for Chetna and the Rangbhumi team for having made this very vivid and very vibrant, and I'm so happy we did it this way. Thank you so much for being here with us. I really hope that from tomorrow we have solved all kind of technical issues, and I'm sure I will do my best, but I am not very familiar with Zoom. So, Mr. Basant, if you could just take the lead and just make sure that it works, I will be very happy.
Yes, sir, I will do that from tomorrow, sir. No hassle will be there.
Thank you.
Maybe we can talk offline. Myself, I will give a call to Basan and see that what best can be done. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm sorry for the in between. There had been some disturbance. It's okay. It happens. It's IT work. There are benefits. There are negative aspects as well. So you could see just a fraction of second negative aspect, but most of the thing was the beauty of the IT. So with this, I end from my side and now hand over to Mr. Abhishek for my take-up.
So thank you everyone once again for being over here, patiently listening to what everyone presented. And we promise that we'll take this further. This is the first day of ours, and there are many more days to come, and hope to have more insight onto what we actually need to do and how to perform. There will be more ideas that will be coming in. So let's make it big. And this is just the starting. So the whole India is ours. So let's start and let's build it up. We all should contribute. It
So,
cannot
thank
be
you.
a single person task. We all
Yeah.
have to contribute.
Thank you, everyone.
Wow.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Yes.
Same time, and you will be same link will be used, or the another link will be created, Vasant.
Sir, another link will be created.
Sir,
I will. So
yes,
every time you send separate link. Okay, there is
Yes.
one correction in the video conference what we have shown. Hans had been telling that we will be meeting once a week, but for this school we have made the course different. It will be twice a week. So every Friday and Saturday at 4 to 6 we will be meeting. So that in 5 weeks we are able to graduate from the World Climate School. Mind it, your presence, if you are able to attend all the classes, you will certainly be more smarter, more knowledgeable in knowing what is happening around the world and what is in our hand to do. Okay. Thank you very much once again. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Hans and our team, we will meet. WCS team and Rangbhumi to meet after 5 minutes on Zoom. Inge, you to send another link. Okay.
It's the same link.
Okay. Okay. Let's move there. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you,
Namaste.
everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
teacher. Thank you, teacher.
Tusen tack. Tusen tack. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Tack, tack.